had a lot to do in that offensive line with helping us turn this program around. It was a special week to play Maryland for both. Andrew Oberg was our captain, and Andy Dinkin is from the state of Maryland.
Two interesting young men on Coach Brown's offensive line. Our Mike Small had the opportunity this week to visit with them, brought to you by Eckers.
Playing college football and going to school is quite a load. How do players escape from this pressure? Well, some like to play golf, others go to movies, and others just enjoy quiet time. Okay, what do the big guys on the offensive line do? Well, some of them eat.
As an offensive lineman, you can't really discuss your problems unless you're discussing them on a full belly, and this has pretty much been the avenue we've gone when we've had a problem.
That avenue usually leads towards Franklin Street in downtown Chapel Hill to the Rathskeller restaurant. It's been a version of television's Cheers, a place to go where everybody knows your name. But as UNC offensive tackle Andrew Oberg points out, place doesn't matter that much to Andy Dinkin as long as there's food there.
He enjoys his food. I mean, there's no doubt. Andy's a connoisseur of food. I mean, he knows the best places in Chapel Hill to go. I think he's been to all of them. And, you know, although I think his eating prowess is maybe blown out of proportion because Andy is a svelte 270. You know, he's a good-looking kid, even though he loves to eat.
Dinkin and Oberg have been roommates for 4 of the last 5 years. Dinkin says he's enjoyed most of the time because he says it's easy to get along with someone who's rarely awake. Rumor has it that Oberg's hero is Rip Van Winkle. The man loves to sleep.
I remember one time before practice, Andrew leaned back in his locker and fell asleep. We had to wake him up and tell him it was time to take the field.
And how about Dinkin? Well, Oberg says his roommate spends so much time on the phone that they even wrote a song about it.
On the phone again. Andy can't wait to get on the phone again. He can't wait to call his best friends. Andy can't wait to get on the phone again.
Dinkin and Oberg share a lot of laughs and a special friendship. They depend on each other. For example, Dinkin had to talk Oberg out of quitting football before his junior year. It was going to be Oberg's first year as a starter, and he wasn't sure if he was ready for it.
And Andy, you know, pretty much reassured me that, hey, you know, I'd come this far, I'd won the starting position, and now it's my time to, you know, take charge.
But I just kind of reminded him about the things we talked about as freshmen and sophomore before we had really gotten our opportunity to play, and reminded him of the goals and dreams we had both set out for ourselves. And just giving him that little push, I think, was enough to make him realize that sticking with football was the right decision to make.
Dinkin has had some injuries this season, a pulled hamstring and now an elbow problem.
Anytime you get an injury, it's tough, but in your senior year, when you have such high aspirations for yourself and the team, it can be especially difficult. But having Andrew there as my roommate and friend has really helped me. He's been a pillar of strength for me when I've gotten down on myself and just told me to keep my head up and keep fighting through the end of my senior season and finish it up on a good note.
You know, I just love him to death. You know, I'm glad that, you know, we had a chance to be together all these years.